Hello again, my name is Jason Perkins and I'd like to welcome you to another episode in the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'm an attorney that specializes in Georgia workers' compensation law, and I created this series to provide people who've been hurt at work with information about the rules of Georgia's workers' compensation law and the benefits available to them under it. Today I want to talk to you about another benefit that's out there for people when they've been disabled as a result of an injury, and that is short-term disability. And the question often gets asked, which is whether someone who has a short-term disability insurance policy can receive short-term disability in addition to workers' compensation. The answer to that question is it depends. Short-term disability is usually an insurance policy, and because of that, it's a contract between you and the insurance company. That contract defines what benefits you will receive in certain situations when you have a disability that keeps you out of work. So it's important to look at the contract itself in determining what benefits you're eligible for. As far as how short-term disability interacts with workers' compensation, there's usually two ways that contract addresses workers' compensation. One is the contract may exclude work-related injuries completely. In other words, it may provide that it doesn't cover or provide benefits for injuries that occur at work. If that's the case and the contract excludes workers' compensation injuries and doesn't provide any coverage for them, then you're probably not going to be able to receive short-term disability benefits under that contract if you have a work-related injury, because there's an exclusion. Now, most contracts don't necessarily exclude work-related injuries, but what they usually do provide is that there's a credit taken when you receive workers' compensation benefits. Now, what does this mean? It means that the short-term disability policy itself says that they will take credit for certain other benefits that you receive. And often in those language that's included in those short-term disability contracts, it will provide that if you receive workers' compensation benefits, that the short-term disability insurance company is going to take credit for those benefits in what they pay you. So how does this affect things? Well, if they take a credit, often the case is that the short-term disability benefit that you're receiving would have been about the same amount as the workers' compensation benefit you're receiving. So if the short-term disability benefit is the same or less as your workers' compensation benefit, then when the short-term disability insurance company takes credit for what you receive from workers' comp, your short-term disability benefit is probably going to be wiped out completely, which means that after the credit you don't receive anything. Now that's not always the case. Some short-term disability insurance policies have minimum benefit provisions that will provide that even if your benefit would have been wiped out completely, that you're still entitled to some minimum benefit like $50 or $100 or something like that. Also, in some situations, it might be the case that your short-term disability benefit pays you more than workers' compensation does, so that even after the credit's taken by short-term disability, you're still eligible to receive some money from short-term disability because the workers' compensation credit does not completely wipe out the benefit. Now, one other thing you need to be aware of is there is a part of Georgia's workers' compensation law that potentially lets the workers' compensation insurance company take credit for what short-term disability pays too. So in some situations, workers' comp may try to take credit for money you get from short-term disability if you get any. And that can be a very confusing situation, and it's important to look at the particular details of your case if that does come up. I hope you found this information about whether you can get short-term disability and workers' compensation at the same time helpful. If you have, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up or by liking it. If you'd like more information about Georgia workers' compensation, I'd encourage you to visit our Perkins Studdard Workers' Compensation YouTube channel, where you can see all the videos from our workers' compensation video series, and you can also subscribe to that channel if you'd like to be notified of future videos as they come out. If you've got some specific questions about your workers' compensation case, I find that a free consultation with a workers' compensation attorney is normally the best way to get those questions answered. If you'd like to set up a free consultation with me, I'd be happy to do that. There's two easy ways that you can do so. The first is by calling our office at the phone number on the bottom of the screen, or the second is by reaching out to us through our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. There's a form available on our website, our free consultation request form, and if you complete and submit it, we'll contact you and get a free consultation set up. Thanks again for watching this video today, and I'd like to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.